All rise. Judge found to be court of nine session. Judge, this is the case of Schaefer.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Mr. Schaefer, you brought this case before the court, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay, go ahead. What's going on?
Well, my son was married to the respondent, and he died. They had a child that's now 3 years old that has been left in my custody, and I'm asking for some sort of relief or support because I'm retired from the military and on a fixed income.
Okay. First of all, my condolences for
Well,
the
thank
loss
you.
of your
I
son.
appreciate that.
And thank you for your service as well.
Oh, thank you.
How long has the child lived with you?
2 years.
2 years. Has mom given you any support for the child?
No, she hasn't.
She hasn't bought anything.
Not significantly, no. But I've just now come to the point where I need some relief and I need some help.
I agree with that. Ma'am?
All right, folks, let's dive into this intense courtroom drama. The judge calls the session to order as Mr. Schaefer steps forward to present his case. He explains that after his son passed away, he took in his 3-year-old grandchild with special needs. For the past 2 years, he has been the child's sole caregiver, receiving no financial support from the mother. A retired military veteran on a fixed income, Mr. Schaefer highlights the immense challenges of raising a child with autism, something he never expected to do alone. The emotional and financial burden is overwhelming, but for him, this case isn't just about money, it's about responsibility, family, and doing what's right for the child. As the courtroom falls silent, all eyes turn to the judge. This is about to be an intense legal battle.
Well, I've been traveling. My job had me traveling a lot, and I was in between jobs. I'm making $35,000 now.
Okay.
And, I'm not...
Where are you traveling?
Well, I'm a travel agent.
Okay.
So because of that, I can just travel. I get discounts, and I get to fly free. So...
Oh, my God, that is amazing.
So-
But that has nothing to do with you giving some sort of financial support.
I didn't
to
have
this.
it.
Excuse me, I was talking. That has nothing to do with you giving financial support to this man for the support of your child. Your child, not his child, your child.
It is my child, that is correct. But like I said, my job had me traveling, and I really didn't have the extra money.
What are you doing with yourself every day? What do you do? Tell me about your traveling.
Well, I had got this new condo for one thing, and that.
Wait a
so
minute. You got a
expensive.
you got a condo and you're traveling. But
yes.
how much is this condo?
Well, I'd rather not say.
No, I'd rather you say.
Because-
How much is this condo?
It's pretty steep. It's pretty steep.
Ma'am, what does that
And
mean?
it-
That means nothing to me. Steep. You know how many people come in here with things that are steep? I need a number.
I like to live nice, and so I pay $5,000.
See, you know what? You obviously came here to waste my time.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
really,
did.
I didn't. And I
Ma'am,
really
yes,
didn't
you
have
did.
any
I've
extra
asked you a
money.
very specific question. How much is your condo?
Well, I pay $5,000 a month.
$5,000 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
is this 3-year-old in daycare?
Yes, he's in preschool because he has some special needs.
How much is daycare?
Daycare runs about $300 a week.
$300 a week.
Don't you get some kind of help?
And don't you
No.
just need to wait your turn until
Yes, ma'am.
I come to you.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not talking to you.
Okay.
Thank you. Sir, $300 a week. And what type of special needs does the child have?
He's autistic.
Okay.
Clip 1. Mr. Schaefer lays out his case in heartbreaking detail, breaking down the financial strain of raising the child. He lists the expenses, $300 a week for preschool, mounting medical bills, and countless other costs. Every dollar counts, and without any support from the mother, he's struggling to provide the care his grandchild desperately needs. Before he can continue, the mother interrupts, claiming she's been traveling and doesn't have extra money to contribute. But the judge isn't buying it. Her dismissive attitude and vague excuses don't sit well with the court, and under the judge's piercing questions, cracks in her story quickly appear. The tension in the room is thick as Mr. Schaefer's determined fight for justice clashes with the mother's increasingly weak defenses. The stakes couldn't be higher, This is about a child's future,
Does he
and the
have
judge is
you have
determined
pay
to
for, like,
uncover
any
the
medical
truth.
expenses,
He needs special counseling, and of course, he has regular doctor visits.
counseling? Does mom show up to any of those doctor's visits or anything?
Well, no, of course, I haven't always told her, but I
Exactly.
haven't expected her.
Exactly. You haven't given him any money either.
Well,
Well, I'm not talking to you still.
Now, I don't have anything against my former daughter-in-law. I mean, she was married to my son, but I do need a little more involvement and a little help.
I agree with you. It definitely, if she's spending $5,000 a month on a condo, I don't even stay in a condo,
I
ma'am.
need that. I
Okay,
have to have
well, I
that.
need a condo. Can you give me your condo? Exactly. So your child support based on $35,000 a year. Are you carrying any type of health insurance on the child?
see, that's another thing. Since on the child,
Yes.
well, the child is autistic, so the child gets a check. So I don't understand why you need my money.
Okay.
Because you get
Again.
assistance from the government.
Again.
with this
Excuse
kid.
me.
I mean, my child.
Excuse me. Last time I checked, I was the judge.
You are.
Okay, thanks. That means that I asked the questions and I addressed him. He addressed me.
Okay.
You do not address him.
All right.
Okay?
Understand.
How much is health insurance for the child only?
I have no idea what health insurance is for the child.
So obviously you don't pay it. Sir, how much is health insurance for the child
It's
only?
just short of $400.
Short for the child only?
Yes,
Ma'am, you...
I'm covered under the VA.
Well, I
Ma'am.
thought he was getting
No,
government
well, I
assistance.
thought you should have been giving him something for child support. So we're going to go ahead and make that happen today. And the child has been living with you for the past 2 years, you say?
2 years.
So not only am I going to make you pay child support, ma'am, you're going to pay back pay as well.
I cannot afford that.
Guess what? Sell your condo, then you can afford that. So I have your gross based on $35,000 a year at $2,916.67. And you said the health insurance is $400 a month?
Yes.
That's pretty steep based on, well, not that your coverage is not steep, but in Texas, we're only allowed to take 9% of her gross. So based on 9%, it'll be $262.50.
Will that start? Can you give me maybe 3 months before that starts so I can rebudget my bills?
Let me think about that. No.
2 now, it's the mother's turn to defend herself. She explains that she's a travel agent and enjoys certain perks, but insists she doesn't have extra money to spare. That argument falls apart instantly when she casually admits to paying $5,000 a month for a luxury condo. The revelation stuns the courtroom, sending murmurs through the crowd. The judge doesn't hesitate. She zeroes in on the real issue: priorities. Why is the mother willing to spend thousands on herself but refuses to contribute a single dollar to her own child's well-being? The mother stumbles over her response, but the judge's no-nonsense approach leaves her nowhere to hide.
So $260.
Frustration fills the room. The court
I have a
isn't here
question.
for
Why are you being
excuses.
so hard on
This
me?
is about
Ma'am,
the
I'm not
child,
being
and the
hard
judge
on
makes
you.
it abundantly clear.
You have not
Financial
given this man
responsibility is
any
not
type of
optional.
child support to
I did
support
not
your
have
child,
any.
and then you come to court and say you don't have money, but you travel, and you have a $5,000 a month condo, but you don't give him anything a month.
I don't have it. I just don't have
Well,
it.
I can't help you. So it's going to be, I have your child support obligation. And how many children do you have? I'm sorry, ma'am.
Just one.
One child, so that's based on 20%. Let's see here. Sir, you said you all have a cordial relationship. Are you okay with continuing that health insurance?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and are you seeking any type of reimbursement from her on the health insurance?
No, I mean, it's all in the past.
Okay, well, you got really lucky. He cut you a break. So your child support obligation, your net comes out to $2,466.03. Your child support obligation comes out to $394.56. Now your back child support, that $394.56, you have to pay that back from the time that the child has lived with
Oh,
Mr.
wow,
Schaefer.
that's not
Yes,
fair.
ma'am. In Texas, it goes back 4 years. Your child is 3. So with that calculation, it comes out to $14,204.16 to be paid monthly at an amount of $200. That makes your total child support obligation set at, well, I'm gonna make it $300 because $14,000 is a huge amount. So that makes your monthly child support obligation $694.56.
I got some bills that I can show you. I just can't afford that.
And you know what? He has bills that he can show me as well, and you have not done anything. And you're lucky that he cut you a break because I didn't have to let him do that. Is there anything further, Mr. Schaefer?
That's all that I have, Your
Can
Honor.
we talk and maybe we can talk amongst one another and see if we can come up with an agreement?
You're more than welcome to do that at a later date, but right now I just made my ruling. Do you have any other questions
I
pertaining
guess
to
not, since I have to pay all this money.
this? Okay, well, I guess you all are dismissed.
Then comes the moment everyone has been waiting for, the judge's final ruling. With a firm, unwavering tone, she declares that the mother must pay $694.56 per month in child support, plus back pay totaling $4,124.16. She carefully explains the calculations, citing Texas law, which caps net resources at $2,466.30, making this ruling fair and justified. The mother immediately protests, scrambling for excuses, but the judge shuts her down. She reminds her that parental responsibility doesn't disappear just because life gets inconvenient. The courtroom watches in silence as the judge lays down, the law, the mother must pay, no more excuses. Before closing the case, the judge takes a moment to explain a critical legal principle. In Texas, grandparents who assume custody can receive child support. This ruling isn't just about fairness, it sets a legal precedent, ensuring that caregivers aren't left to struggle alone. The judge makes one thing crystal clear: a parent's financial obligation doesn't vanish just because the other parent is gone. Being a parent is a lifelong commitment, not something you opt out of when it's inconvenient. The courtroom drama may be over, but the lesson remains. When it comes to supporting a child, there is no excuse for neglecting your duty